We're
What's
live.
up, friends? You're sitting so much closer to the camera than me.
I am. I look much taller than
Cheers.
you. Cheers.
The coffee on the couch tonight is wine.
Tristan said you need the software installed to switch.
SDI and HDI. Yeah, no, dude, I'm just using my camera. But yeah, so I have that software installed, and like I can use it on Zoom. Like I can what?
Okay.
Maybe it'll stop echoing soon. No. Well, the other issue is I have no idea how to adjust any settings. Thanks, Angela. I have no idea how to adjust any settings once you start it, like, because I don't use any streaming software. I just use the thing. Oh, you were just echoing the comments.
Is there an audio echo though?
Yeah, is there an audio echo or no? Greg Simones. Yeah, so anyway, I can get my GH5 to work with Zoom, and I can get the audio to work with Zoom and everything like that. But as soon as I come in, like open Chrome and then come into like the live streaming and then set it to go on like Ultra Studio Mini Recorder and then like Blackmagic, whatever, it doesn't work. I don't know what to do.
So we're just doing from the computer, no problem.
Yeah, so we're just going from the computer. All right, let me tell these Twitters that
we're here.
That we're here. He said he's in church and he's gonna throw an AirPod in.
It looked like he heard you right at the right time.
Nah, it's a pre-recorded video.
I know, but I said
yeah, right. This is like the worst chair to sit on top of this table.
Mm-hmm.
We have a pretty cool looking rig here for you. I should show you at some point. Let me grab this share thing. Cody's hair is mood. Yeah.
Oh, kids.
The kiddos are having a hard time going to sleep. And we're potty training Avery. So that's all. It's all part of the game. Yeah, let me grab this share thing real quick. All right, mommy's coming, honey.
What?
What's this? That's the kids' vacuum right there.
Hold on.
Hey, Judith. Finn, what's up? Good to see everybody. How's everybody hanging in? Everyone hanging in there? What have been your main thoughts on today? We are live. Chat. Tweet. Also, like, it's the stickiest. I don't know if you can hear that. It's probably the worst sound in the world if you can hear that. I'm sorry. We call it. Just another day. Cody says. Oh yeah, I think we don't have this on live chat. Oh, look at that. Live chat is the only option. It doesn't have like the top chat. No, there we go. Popped it out. Jergies, what's up? How's it going? So yeah, I'd say the biggest change for me today and like the last 3 days is like, I just can't stop reading about coronavirus on Twitter. Like I feel like I simultaneously want to not read about it, but also simultaneously want to just know, like if some new thing happens or whatever, like just like be on Twitter and be part of the conversation and talking about it. But I also like, yeah, such a crazy thing. Morning, Gavin. Amber's here, but she is upstairs with the kiddos currently. Confinement. Only go out if we have to. March 29th. That's my birthday. That's crazy. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, all the schools are shut down here for 2 weeks. Like everything's canceled and that sort of stuff. So I was like wanting to talk to my dad. Like, has this ever happened in his lifetime before? Has this ever happened in anybody's lifetime before? Such a crazy thing. Josephine, doing well. Coming home with an empty truck. Angela's husband.
I'm told to work from home, which is kind of fun. I did say it feels kind of like we had a snowstorm. You know, like where you have like this, like, oh, we're going to all be cooped up together. Right. There's like that initial excitement. The reality will hit sometime that we're stuck here, but there's no snow.
I didn't really ask you, like, what are your thoughts about it?
I don't know. I feel pretty calm about it. Like, I don't know what's happening and it's out of my control.
Right.
Like, I'm
doing what you can control.
Right. I'm doing what I can. Olaf in Frozen 2 says that. This is called controlling what you can when life is, or things feel out of control.
Yeah, we've been watching Frozen 2 a good bit.
Yeah.
To go on tour in Canada. Yeah, Nick. Well, what's crazy is, so I was in Belfast like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I was speaking at an event, and I was hanging out with Gabriel DeSanti. And Gabriel was staying there in Belfast afterwards, and he was going to go to, I think, Italy. Yes, it was Italy. And to visit his sister after the conference in Belfast. But then his sister, who was like studying abroad, got sent home because they're like, you know, every program is sending people home. And what?
No, I'm listening.
And so he canceled that trip. Then he ended up going to Morocco, had like this fun adventure time in Morocco. Then he went to Barcelona, Spain, I think just on a layover to come home to New York. This was 2 days ago. And then so he got home in New York, and then one day passed. And then today, like, Spain completely went on lockdown, like shut down, you know, and the whole end, you know, the United States like restricted or banned travel from Europe to the States and all of that stuff. So like just a crazy, I was just like, that's so crazy. It's just so crazy. And we have other friends that are out of the country. We have a bunch of friends that are out of the country right now. So just such a crazy, so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canada's thinking about shutting down the border. I think Mexico's thinking about shutting down their border, not letting people from the United States in. Yeah. Online classes, Greg says. Yep.
Yeah, colleges around here are doing that too.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I've said either we have to do like everything or nothing.
It's the perfect time to RV, the jergies say. Yeah. Yeah. True. What are you saying?
I just feel like we have to like kind of do everything or nothing. And hopefully by doing everything and like shutting everything down and kind of keeping everybody at home, it will contain things, and we'll look back and be like, what was, like, we did all of these things for nothing, but that's the goal. Like, we don't want things to spread. So
yeah.
I think it's gonna all be okay.
Yeah, it'll all be okay. But I was saying while you're upstairs, like, I just feel like I'm constantly on Twitter, just like reading people talking about it. And like, I simultaneously don't want to be doing that, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to know of like any new developments, or also just know, like, be a part of I think that's the other crazy thing is we're all just so connected through the internet now, as opposed to like any other time before. It's crazy to be so connected, like immediately to everybody on Twitter, just kind of constantly talking to everybody. Just a crazy time. But I mean I love how connected we all are. I love the time that we live in. And I'm really glad that like it kind of feels like we're all just like tackling it together, you know, as like a big internet community.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think you're wired more to like want to know, like, what are the facts, what's going on, the statistics, or just like things in general. Like, you like to know.
Yeah.
And I'm more of like, let's experience, you know, like let's just kind of not know as much. Because for me, I think to know all those things, like that could cause, especially not knowing who you're reading about or like reading from, or like how educated are the people, or what are they sharing.
Yeah.
You just got to be really careful too, because I think, you know, obviously media or people can cause more panic and and fear, and you know,
right.
How do you know what's
yeah
facts?
Cody said earlier, like, it's just hard to like strike the balance between being prudent and then like making decisions out of fear,
Right.
you know.
Right.
I always say I never want to make decisions out of fear or like allow fear to affect action.
Right.
But being prudent at the same time. And also, like, I think in the chat they're talking about like being careless. You know, like nobody wants to be careless with, especially us. We're young and healthy. Like, it's not really a huge risk to us, but it's a huge risk to a bunch of people that we love.
Right.
Vulnerable people. So yeah.
Greg said I have as parents. Exactly. It's more about our community and our family and people that are at a higher risk than we are. Yeah. It's definitely interesting, and we're all figuring it out together.
Yeah.
We're all experiencing it together. So it feels connecting in a weird way.
Yeah. On Twitter earlier, we got a couple questions. When I was like, what do you want us to talk about?
Yeah.
People said some things. So one of them was, and we get this question a lot, but you know, maybe there's people who have never heard an answer in the chat. Well, first off, someone said, what's been your favorite memory with Amber, which is really good. I'll think about that. But first I'll ask this other one. Should go to mentions.
J and J are here.
J and J.
J and J.
What's up, J and J?
Can you find the question?
Yeah, it was just about work-life balance. Balancing work life, YouTube, and family. That is from Planet Prince, who I don't know if Planet Prince is in here currently, but that is what he wanted to know.
How do we balance it all, basically? YouTube, family, and work life?
Balancing work life, YouTube, and family. How do you do it?
Me?
How do you balance me doing all that stuff? And then, now you're working one day a week, and
Yeah, so, I feel like it's a constant thing that we need to, like, talk about or address, like, different seasons. There's a different, like, pace or rhythm, or even different weeks, there's a different pace or rhythm. I don't necessarily think we, like, I don't even know if the word balance is like the right word to describe it. Like, just kind of like figure it out as we go. And if we need more of something, we talk about it. I feel like the girls and I are on more of like a schedule, because that's how I operate. And you are not. You've kind of fallen to a schedule since you've been home from Belfast, but
I do just generally like not being on a fixed schedule.
Right.
It's part of my personality.
Right. But like the others of us, like, we operate better, I think, on knowing what's coming next and on like a structure. So it is a little weird, but it works. Yeah.
Judith, see ya. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Super fun. Yeah, I was just gonna say what you said. It's like not really about balance. I have always said that. I always say like work-life balance isn't a thing. It's about like priorities and focus. You know, it's like, where are you focusing right now in this moment? Are you focusing on your family? Are you focusing on work? Are you focusing on YouTube? What are you focusing on? Just give all of your attention to that thing. And then just kind of like feeling it out. Like if you feel like one of them is not, you're slacking in one of them, decide to put more focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a way it's like growing up, I always had like a very structured, whether it was like school or
even,
like school, you have to have like, this is when you go to school, this is when you come home from school. If you're in sports, you know, like I did a lot of extracurricular things. There's always like, I was on somebody else's time, which worked well for me. But I think you can kind of get lost in just like, I need to be here, I need to be here, I need to be here, and this is what I'm doing. Like there is a beauty to, in a sense, like this flexibility that we have.
Right.
And the importance of like, what am I doing? Like, how am I prioritizing my time? And how am I not, like, I don't want to waste my time, you know? So like, how do you make the best of it? And I don't know, there's like a beauty in having to figure that out for yourself every day, or like being confronted with it often, as opposed to just kind of getting stuck in the same patterns. It's
easy to get like comfortable.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm uncomfortable a lot.
My dad just said, always about the communication. Love you guys. Speaking of my dad, did everybody see my dad's cameo in this most recent video that I posted? Everybody see that video? What?
Jade said that tutorial you shot this week was awesome.
Yeah, thanks. That was rad. It was a really fun one.
So what is your favorite memory of me?
My favorite memory of you. I mean, I have so many favorite memories.
You can pull out a couple. It's fun.
Okay. Well, this one time we were dating, we were in college, and we went into Harrisburg, and we walked across the Iron Gate Bridge, which like many of you have probably seen if you watch my videos, because it's a cool set for shooting. The Iron Gate Bridge, it's walking bridge only. I think it used to be a train bridge or something. We walked across that. It was nighttime. Went over to City Island, and we look back at the city, and there's this like crazy
sky,
just like clouds. And we're like, whoa, look at those clouds coming into the city. And I'm like, what are those clouds doing? And they're like coming down almost to touch the city. And then they did touch the city, and then they engulfed the city, and we realized at some point that it was snow. And then it started snowing on us. Like the snow, it came across that way. And that was really cool.
That was really
getting like caught in snow. We have some photos of that.
Makes me want to look up the photo.
Yeah,
everybody. It's like
so
a great photo.
That was super rad. And I think, was that the same night that we were driving home, and it was like super snowy.
It
started laying really quick, and we were like sliding all the way on the way back home. And I remember Amber said, I just never felt safe the whole time. I just never, like, we had only been dating for a little bit. It wasn't a long time. It was
December 3rd. I remember the date for some reason. So we had dated like not even a month.
Oh my goodness.
We were like freshly dating.
We had been dating for less than a month, and she was like, I just felt so safe with you driving. And I had this amazing red Volvo 240.
Oh no, I think it was the Saab. That was the Saab.
I for some reason remember being in the Volvo. We were in the Volvo. I'm 100% sure, because it was rear wheel drive, and the Saab would have gotten us up that hill a lot easier. Huh. We had the Volvo for some reason.
Okay.
Dad, can you confirm that in my freshman year of college, I had the red Volvo up at school in the beginning and not the Saab? But I remember the Saab. There was something else recently that we just had like a difference of remembering something that happened from our life, like one of the details, and that's always so funny. There it is. Yeah, right there. Now bring up the big one.
The big one of us.
Oh,
I was just gonna show.
Oh,
like,
you're showing like that. Yeah, bring up that one.
There were like Christmas
Look
lights
at that. Oh my goodness, we're so cute.
But this is like the one that we
Look
had.
at
No, we didn't frame that one. That was the wrong way sign. This is the one on the bridge.
Yeah,
it's kind of blurry, but we just love it.
I forget what camera I was using on that, but it's cool how like the light streaks or snow or something like really, really got there.
Yeah.
Just can't recall a code, my dad says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good answer.
Volvo 240, that's a great car. Drift car. Slide right, Dan says. Manual tracking with the horizontal line. I used it today, actually. That's awesome, Cody. Yeah. What's up, Dwight? Good to see you, man.
That was a good memory.
Yeah, so that was really good. That was really good memory. Fast forward to is there any other like standout ones? One time we stayed up.
Was there any other standout?
Like that aren't. I was thinking of like our engagement, but it's
like not typical.
Yeah, like
not typical, like miles.
That just like really pop out at you.
Yeah.
One time, in our college, we weren't allowed to be in each other's rooms past like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Normally, so it was called like visitation hours. You weren't allowed to be in each other's rooms past 10 p.m. And I think later on we found out you weren't even really supposed to be like together in common areas, right? Well, that was a gray area. And so we would normally just like at 10 p.m., normally we're still hanging out in a group, like all of our friends. And we would normally go to like a common area, like a lobby or whatever of a dorm room.
Lounges.
Yeah, lounges, and play games and whatever, until whenever, and then everyone would go to sleep. Yeah. So this one time we're hanging out in a room. It hit 10 p.m. So we went to a lounge. We were playing games with all of our friends. I think we like watched one of like the Tonight Show type things or something, like Jay Leno's opening. We always used to watch that.
Oh yeah, headlines.
Yeah, awesome. But this was going into a Sunday, so it would have been a Saturday night. I don't know if they play that on. Maybe it was Saturday Night Live. I don't know. But it was like, for whatever reason, we got to like 2 a.m. without really noticing that it was like very late. And then all of our friends left and went to bed, and Amber and I were just like sitting there hanging out in this lounge and just talking and like, we're still, how long have we been dating at that point, do you think? Who knows when this happened, because it doesn't have like a specific date. But we're getting to know each other, right? And so then I forget why. I think I just had to go to the bathroom. So I went over to the bathroom, and for whatever reason, I went outside.
Our lounge was in a basement, and you went to the bathroom.
You have to
had a door.
You have to realize this was before like iPhones were ubiquitous, right? So like we weren't looking at our phones or at any clock at all throughout the whole night. Like now I feel like this would never happen, because you're just always checking the time.
Or your phone goes
off. And you just see it, right? But anyway, I walked outside. It was 6 a.m. It was like light out. And I walked back in. I'm like, Amber, you have to see this. Bring her. We walked out. It was 6. We had stayed up the entire night just talking. That was a big memory.
It was a crazy moment to think that like it's dark and
like we just didn't even think about it. We just didn't even think about it. It was crazy.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Good ones. Josh is here. Look at all these blue wrenches. All of our mods are just hanging out. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. It's rad. That was a big moment. And we got engaged.
Mod Squad.
Yeah, I mean another one that I always think about is when we went on our cruise, and we're like, there was a bunch of like really cool moments from that, but the one that I always think of, which I think actually isn't a great memory for you, But I always think of like you're sitting on the beach, Honeymoon Island or whatever it was called, or Honeymoon Beach on Water Island. And I was out just like playing with friends, and I was like jumping off this ring, and there was these crazy, I forget what the drink was, but like some crazy delicious cocktail that they made specifically only on this beach. It was just like, in my mind, it was just like, we are in paradise. Yeah. Amber was like less hyped because she wasn't drinking because we were trying to get pregnant.
That's why the trip, I think, was exciting for me. It was like my first cruise. We were like starting to try to get pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was a really, of you specifically, like of you. Right. But we were also in a group. Like Amber and I have always really thrived in like friend group settings, I think, too.
Well, we had like a good moment then too, where we were talking about our niece Murray. And just like we had some good moments.
People just joining are like, what are they talking about right now? What is happening right now?
Oh, thanks.
Sure. This is getting a little lopsided there. Are people buying everything from the stores? We can't buy anything here. Josh, we were talking a little bit about Corona earlier. But yeah, actually, I just got bread today. I got 2 loaves of bread today. There's a bunch of bread left in our Aldi. I think the interesting thing about this, like the way that it is different from a snowstorm, is like, I think stuff will just continue to get, like, supply chains when it comes to food, I don't think are going to break down.
Right.
So like, I think like bread will continue to be delivered, like all of the stuff. Whereas when it's like a blizzard, you're like, well, I might not be able to get to the grocery store for a week or something. So yeah, there's no toilet paper in our Walmart or anywhere in our whole area, which is really weird. I just think that sure? Yeah, I checked at Walmart. I mean, I've only checked out Walmart.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming also every single store around me
is the same.
Just adding to the
falsified stuff. Right. But I do think that I've seen on Instagram, like friends, Brooke and TJ they had like 3 rolls of toilet paper left.
That's a bummer.
Numerous people have said, like, I really just needed toilet paper for real.
Right. Like a normal toilet paper
no
need.
Toilet paper to be found.
Right. Yeah. It's such a weird thing.
Well, Dollar General, that's a good one for toilet paper. I just feel like most people go to like the grocery store that, or like the whatever Target or Walmart that's
right.
But like,
right. One that I thought was cool that I saw on Twitter was like, go to one of your Chinese markets. Like there's one right near my new office because they're like fully stocked, and you can help like fight against this crazy stereotype, like racist thing going on where people are being racist towards Chinese people or people who are like Asian. Yeah.
Specifically currently, or that's
right.
Just been
currently. Because it's
virus?
Like because of like a Wuhan coronavirus. Is that the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? Like, it doesn't even compute in your brain. That's what it's not even computing. You're so angry. I'm so sorry to make you so mad on this live stream.
My emotions they're not spiking high.
I'm angry. I'm extremely
your emotions
angry.
have been spiking higher with.
Yeah, no, I'm spiked. I'm definitely spiked. So, Dad, I love that. You love that story.
Just use leaves.
Use leaves. That's how, I mean, when you're hiking, when you're camping.
Right. Dwight said, CDC, wash your hands. Public, toilet paper.
Yeah, right. We're doing it. We're doing wash. What was that, I wonder?
We're doing laundry.
Just something on top of, something on top of the washer. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Huh, that's a shame.
It's the worst. Racism is stupid.
What else?
Man.
Every time you laugh.
Yeah, it's because I shouldn't be popping my feet there. We got other questions on Twitter. If you got any questions, throw them in the thing. We really just wanted to chat. We just wanted to hang out. I just love being a part of the internet community, and I wanted to. I was like, this morning, I was like, we should do a live stream tonight. And Amber's like, yes, we should.
Here's how we're different. I would like to see Cody's schedule and
with my life,
with how he likes to do things. So we're going to be spontaneous, and we'll let you know on Twitter. Follow Cody on Twitter, or me on Twitter, or both of us on Twitter, and you'll see. You're not looking at our questions. You're looking.
No, I was trying to get to our questions.
Scrolling
Twitter.
Oh, Cody.
We're live, cuffing the couch. Here we go.
How do you get started?
This is the funniest thing in the world. How do you get started?
Like,
making
so
vids?
Dwight said that he has a friend who's really good on camera, but so reluctant to start because she thinks that she's not interesting or no one would watch.
What does she want to make stuff about? What niche? Tell me, answer me that. Everyone saw Jesse's bidet video, right? Because it's on Twitter, it's recirculating, it's on TikTok, I think, too. It's a fantastic video. Fun fact, I was there when Jesse discovered bidets, which was in Willie's apartment in New York City. And Jesse was like, why do I not have one of these? Like, I'm buying one of these as soon as I get home. Actually, he ordered it, and it was there for him when he got home. Then he made the video of installing it. Second fun fact, I've gotten to use Jesse's bidet because I slept over at his house. So that bidet that you see Jesse installing, I've seen it in person.
Cody really wants one.
I've been talking about bidets for quite some time. You've never used one.
Mm-mm.
So I'm like, do you think that you would be comfortable using one? And she's like, yeah.
I'm sure I'd be comfortable with it. It's just
they're like $40. Save so much money. You know? All day. Get it done. Bidet. All day bidet. All bidet.
How many subscribers do you have right now? 60.5K? It's the last I saw.
60,000 people. Cinematic bidet video. It's such a great idea. Use bidets in Korea. So weird though.
Her channel is going to be about makeup.
Oh, good. Thanks for bringing us back there.
Yeah.
Makeup and 100%. Just start immediately. Makeup in college.
If she's really good on camera.
No, but she doesn't think she is.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if she just starts, she's going to get people saying, like, people, maybe small, not like a huge amount of people,
right,
numbers wise, but like the comments will be, if you know that she's good on camera. The hardest thing is ourselves. We're our worst critic. Like,
and it is. I mean, it is very hard to make a video that like 6 people see, and you put all that effort into it, and you're like, was that enough? And for me, I think one of the things that really got me through that beginning stage was like, I felt like the stuff I was talking about was so important that like if I only affected just one person's life positively, that was enough.
Right.
But so I do understand that like if you don't feel like you're making videos about extremely important stuff, not saying that makeup is not important. College is definitely important. Like I've always said, if there's a high school student like Finn, I'm drawing the spiking graph my dad said. If there's a college student like Finn, or a high school student like Finn, who like can just make videos about the struggles of high schoolers, which Finn makes videos about filmmaking and photography, and that's a fantastic niche, and I love it. And like kids and high school students getting into filmmaking photography, fantastic. Finn, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about if you can make videos about the common struggles of the people in your like peer group, I think that stuff is so vital and necessary, and making 100 videos along those lines, even if they get 6 views per video, is like totally worth it, And throw makeup in there. Like if makeup is like the conduit that you get people to hear those messages through, then great, great.
I think it's really true though. Like if you feel like you have something to offer,
yeah,
that wins,
Mm-hmm.
But
Mike,
I started.
Great to see ya. Logan, what's up, man?
Logan, how are you?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, I had a weird YouTube thing because I felt that like I need people to know there's nothing out there that I can find for the partner of a YouTuber. Like, I want that support. I want to hear somebody else's story. I don't see it anywhere. I'm gonna share my story so that maybe it'll help somebody. So similar.
Yeah.
But I also didn't struggle with like people wanted to hear my perspective because I was connected to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard when you start like attaching it. Like if she cares about numbers or like growing this into a business or something, you just gotta care about your message. And,
yeah. Until the numbers in the
happen.
business come. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Good question. Photo Joseph says, seriously, don't worry about sucking in the beginning. No one will see it anyway. By the time you have an audience, you'll be good. I think the hard part is like when you don't suck in the beginning. Like you're making good stuff. And then, I mean, I understand what you're saying, that like everybody improves drastically over their first 100 videos. Like I 100% agree. But like when you're there, when you're actually in the midst of it and it's your 23rd video and you're like, I spent 10 hours on this video. I feel good about it. I want people to see it and nobody sees it. I totally resonate with how hard that can feel, you know. We have 19 viewers here.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for giving us some of your Saturday night. St. Patrick's Day, I think.
No, the 17th is St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's weekend.
That's true.
It's one of my best friend from high school's birthdays today.
It's my grandma's birthday today.
No way. Which one?
My grandma Winger.
Oh.
Moment.
I felt like I've been making good stuff and haven't gotten the love from you too. Yeah, dude.
That's also hard.
No, I totally understand and agree and resonate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nomad Unbroken. Good stuff. Have you guys always loved Harrisburg? Any plans? Planet Prince, were you here earlier when I answered your question? Because we answered it.
We did. You have to go back if you weren't. You
have to go back. Have I always loved Harrisburg? I used to be a little bit afraid of Harrisburg when I was a kid because it was like the bigger city that was north of us. I grew up in a town south of here called York, and it was like bigger and it felt like the city, you know, like it actually felt like how I now think of New York City, right. Where it's like when I go to New York City, I'm like, oh, I'm in the city now. Like that's how Harrisburg used to feel to me. So, you know, I had like a healthy fear and hesitation about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it would be in the news too. I don't know if you like listen to or watch the news, but
I don't know the news.
Yeah, we watch the news.
Mm-hmm,
so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt more foreign to me.
Yeah, a little bit more foreign and big.
We both were more rural.
And different. Yeah, I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
And so.
I grew up in Lancaster, which is like Amish. And
a lot of farmland.
We go there and our girls instantly are like, ew, because it just smells. Yeah. It
smells like a farm.
Yeah.
But yeah, then when we went to college, I really did start. I mean, it was still like, we're not in Harrisburg itself, but we started going into it more.
We would go there. Yeah.
And then after college is when I started really loving it, you know. So it grew on me.
The girls call it Daddy City, so it's a special place now.
It's true. I just want to point out that earlier the Jergies called me and Jesse bidet buddies.
I did see that. And it made me wish they were here.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to hang out with them. Especially now that.
How do you really know if you're making good content? Mike Pickett asks. It's a good question. You don't really know, and there's always room for improvement. And that's that.
It's true.
I mean, like,
what is good content?
Yeah, I think.
Is it like quality of video? Is it your message that you're sharing? Like,
it's true.
Is it when all of the things match up? Like, I think it's in the eye of the viewer. The creator? Both?
Good old Lancaster. Yeah, no, I think pick the parameters, like, and remember, the goal isn't perfect content or videos. Sometimes it gets really hard to say the word content. I just feel like super hard, like content. We just say content. I'm a content creator, content. Like lost its meaning, like spoon. Like what do you even? Yeah, so, you're making videos. They don't have to be perfect videos. They have to be 7s and 8s videos. And then just trying to make them better every single one. Trying to find something to do better. Don't focus on making good content. Focus on making improved content over your last content.
Progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
We didn't finish the Planet Prince question about any plans to move.
What?
Did you want to address that? We don't have plans to move.
Away from here?
Right. No.
Nah, we're not planning on moving.
We like to travel.
I would love to live in New York City, but we're not doing it.
You can live in New York City.
I would love to live with my family, with my wife. So we're not gonna move to New York City.
No, we have.
So
we have friends,
no plans.
We have friends and family in New York City, and we can stay with them multiple times over the year. But we're just I feel super rooted here with our friends and family. All of our family parents are close.
Yeah. Mike, did you watch that little mini documentary that Babin made about me called 24 Hours with Cody Warner or something like that? In that, we have a conversation about this, like, how do you know if what you're making is good? And one of the things that I say is, like, pick 3 people who you care what they think about it. Like, if they think it's good, then it's gonna be good. It has nothing to do with how many views it gets or subscribers or anything like that. Like, if they think it's good, then it's good. Even 2 people, even 1 person, even yourself, really. You could bring it back that far, but yeah, it's like, for me, it really helps to just think about Amber, my dad. Like, they watch and they're like, I like this part or whatever. Like, that's good enough. It's good enough. Move to New York City next year. Will Ramirez. That's rad, man.
That's awesome.
What's up?
I think the idea of moving is really fun.
Oh, yeah?
But I think once I would complete the move, then it'd be hard for me.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like living in Hawaii or like San Diego.
Let's do that. That sounds rad.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So we're really into this thing called Enneagram.
Yeah.
It's a personality type system.
Oh, that's amazing.
We love it. We talk about it all the time with each other, with other people, now in this live stream. And Enneagram 7, which is what I am, it's the enthusiast. Generally, and like this is like statistically proven, Enneagram 7s have a really hard time not moving, like staying in one place. Most Enneagram 7s move like in the past 10 years, they will have moved 7 times or something crazy. And I've heard so many of them interviewed where they're like, how often have you moved? And they're like, every 2 years. So I feel really proud of myself that we haven't ever moved.
Yeah.
High five. Working in the ER tonight.
Oh, man.
Thanks so much, man, for working in the ER.
Yeah.
All of our love, dude.
Yeah.
No, go find it. That's a great mindset. Yeah, Babin. Tyler Babin, 24 Hours with Cody Warner. It's one of the most, I felt so incredibly honored to have that film made, and just like still kind of blows my mind.
Yes, we want to come to Puerto Rico. We've been there
future.
2 or 3 times.
We love Puerto Rico.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, flying over the Bermuda Triangle, home from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico to Philly.
Puerto Rico to Philly, flying over the Bermuda Triangle, and our plane had a malfunction and we had to have an emergency landing in West Palm Beach. Everything turned out all right, but
it was scary.
It was scary.
It was scary 70 minutes in the air.
Mm.
Where did we go? We went to Old San Juan. Both times we went to Old San Juan. The first time we went to a couple of places.
We only ever stayed like up north there, right next to
close to Old
in
San
and
Juan.
around San Juan. Yeah, like literally only in San Juan and Old San Juan.
Yeah,
never anywhere else outside there. So I would love to go down to the southern. Like Willie went down to the southern tip. In that last vacation, that stuff looked beautiful. I want to go. Gotcha. Next time you got to. Oh, that's what he said. Southeast and west. All of the places. All of those directions, bro. Love it. Expecting our first child in 5 months.
Yeah,
what would you tell yourself about being a parent if you could go back 5 months before your first child? What book were we reading back then?
About parenting?
Yeah. Did we read any books?
I don't think we really read
We're like,
books.
nah, we got this. We're fine.
No, remember, like, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm not the one to read and read and read and read and, like, then try to figure out what I should do. I just, like, want to experience it.
Right.
Sleep as much as you can. Yep. You're just going to have to let go of the whole sleep thing.
Pam's here. Pam, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Yeah, I mean, sleep, you'll just never sleep again. And that's okay. You just learn how to figure it out. And that's okay.
I think something that to encourage you is you're going to have people share opinions. Like, ask the questions. These are good questions to ask. You'll have people, your family members, your friends, give you advice and tell you things. Take all of those things. Once the baby comes, only you know your baby, and your baby's going to, like, they have their personality and all their quirks. And as long as you and Taylor are on the same page and you're talking and you're making decisions together that you feel like is best for your baby, like, that's all that really matters. Again, allow other people's advice to come in, but just really focus on, like, being on the same page. And what was extremely helpful for me as a new mom was once we started giving both of our girls a bottle, which was like at 3 weeks or something, especially with Finley, because I knew I was going to go back to work after maternity leave and I really wanted her to take a bottle. So Cody would do like a nighttime feeding. Like, I would go to bed. I would feed her. I would go to bed. He would go to sleep with her downstairs, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she would sleep in that little rock and play, which
nostalgic vibes happening right now, dude.
You would go to sleep on the couch until her next feeding.
She was in a rock and play, which is now like illegal. We raised both of our kids in something that is recalled and like you can't even use it. We literally
all the time. Anyway, she would eat every 2 hours, literally. So like it was constant. So for me to feed her, go to bed, he slept with her down here. She slept on the rock and play. He'd then feed her the next bottle at 2 hours, then fall asleep again downstairs, and then
until she would wake up
for her next feeding. Then he'd
bring her
up to me.
Amber, here
so
is our little baby.
That was the first time in like a month or something where I had like more than 2 hours of sleep at a time. So having those like 4 hour stretches was huge.
Yeah.
So figuring out, like
for you as the dad, dude, just like do everything you can to try to assist, and it's like change as many diapers as you can, do whatever you can, but also I think like even sometimes trying to do so much can actually be not good. And like you just gotta like, but like also communication can be hard and new and different. So like it's a hard time, but just like
it's so beautiful though.
It's beautiful and just right now, just be like together, you're talking about it, like we're in the zone, we're gonna do this together. Let's try to really be good about communicating. If our parents are over too often or not over enough, or if I'm doing something, like let's try to do a good job. And then like, you'll have like breakdowns at week 2 and a breakdown at week 5. And
I think I had my biggest breakdown like day 4.
because like your hormones are all screwed up as a woman after you have a baby.
And
They're
your body.
just completely, and you're
Your
exhausted.
body's recovering.
Everything's messed up. So like just open hands and just like forgive each other and just be like, we're gonna just do it. We're just gonna get it done. We're gonna hang in there. We're gonna put our nose to the grindstone and just go for it. And then we're like still basically doing that now. It hasn't stopped for 5 years.
But Cody and Taylor have like such, like from my experience, like just chill, like calm.
These Cody, yeah, not Cody, not me. For some reason, when you said Cody and Taylor, I was like, okay, now we're talking about me and Taylor.
No.
But no, you're talking about the Axe fam. Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out,
and I think you'll
get it.
With calm and grace.
You'll get it. Come on.
But I was gonna say one of the memories that's like the first when you read that question, like what was your favorite memory of Amber?
Oh yeah.
I think one of the very favorite memories that I had was the first time Cody held Finley in the hospital. I had been like
you should bring up that picture.
I had been like craving him because I got those moments where I would like feel her kicking or whatever, and I had been craving him having like an experience where he could.
Yeah.
So like I remember that I almost that moment to me was more emotional than the moment that I first laid eyes on her.
Oh yeah.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
I'll bring up that photo. What are you bringing up?
I don't know. I just started looking at my phone. The other thing that I would say is like I don't know if you're planning on like trying to go natural maybe at first, or like definitely you're gonna go natural, or like what your whole plan with that is. But we thought epidurals were like super rad. So if you're open to that, then go for that. Taylor.
Yeah, after like 20 hours of trying naturally.
We lost 4 viewers who weren't into our conversation about parenting.
Sorry.
Worth it, dude. Worth it. That was where I would, if we lost all of them except for you, that would have been worth it. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you affect one person positively.
Should I show them your duct tape wars of it?
Yeah, show them that. Show them everything. Show them all the pictures that we have. Make them bigger.
Well, I don't know which one to choose. So this is Cody with long hair. We had something at our school called Duct Tape Wars, and if you've watched Cody's videos, you know he's really good with making things out of tape. And
from the duct tape war. I should.
Yeah, you should. That's his roommate Phil, whose now wife is an artist. So Shauna did that tattoo thing, right?
Oh yeah, that was an awesome one. Yeah.
Where's your tape though? You had a piece of tape on you. Anyway, the duct tape wars were pretty crazy. Here's like an example. They just like fought each other.
They just fought each other.
Oh my word. Looks like he's trying out for NSYNC. Yeah, I think that was the longest I've ever seen your hair.
Yeah, so good. I want that hair back. That was rat hair.
I mean, they got intense. Like he has, look at these.
Show those welt ones.
Marks.
Oh.
Oh my word, look at your thigh. So there's his back. And then do you see all those marks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at your thigh, she says. That's what you like to hear from your wife, you know? It's like, look at oh my word, look at your thigh.
Wait, what picture was I looking at?
I found it.
You found it, the Finley photo?
Yeah. Let me turn night shift off for you here. Look at that. Look at me and Finley, girl. Come on. Just holding her. Just holding that little baby. Aw. Very first time I held her right there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. Time flies.
Time flies. Yeah, she's 5 now. It's crazy. What else? It's 9 o'clock. We're on borrowed time now.
Mike said, I picked up a tip a couple of weeks ago to take time at the end of my shoot to do some poses that can be used for the thumbnails. It's been making me think about the thumbnail more.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah, super important. Thumbnails are like more important than the video, unfortunately.
The first time, Colin said the first time I held my girl, she peed on me in seconds.
It's the way to do it, dude.
Yep. I asked for my epidural at my first OB appointment. That's so good. Yeah, that's so good. Oh, man. Babies and kids and life. Anything else? It's 9 o'clock.
Thoughts, questions from me and Amber to talk about anything in front of you. This was really fun. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Now she's
Oh,
my
wow.
height. Yeah.
Yeah. Finley just turned 5. And it's just unreal.
She's my height. Just kidding.
She's not. She's on track for it, though.
I just have a favorite wine type, Dan, and it is Cabernet Sauvignon.
That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I like most wines.
But I don't really like a specific brand. I like trying new things.
I get that. Like, I feel like, Lindsay, I feel like I'm fighting, like, my eyes wanting to shut. But it's fun to be here.
Cody asks, have I kept doing cold showers? Now I just only do them occasionally. I especially like to do them if I know that I'm going to be outside in the cold a lot that day. Because I like to remind myself that, like, I can do anything. I love cold showers. I should do them more. Saturday nights at the Wanners? Probably not a regular thing, dude, but it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. You never know.
You never know.
Maybe we'll do multiple live streams during this quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to say?
I have a video coming out.
Oh, yeah. Am's dropping a video. Unfortunately,
Talking about thumbnails, though, like, that's like the one thing I need to do. Yeah.
It'd be great if we just had it ready to, like, set live and we could drop a link and you could all go and watch it, but we didn't think that far ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But do you think I should post it tonight or should I wait till tomorrow?
It doesn't matter. You do you.
If you ever want a summer drink like sangria,
With
mixed
Fanta.
with wine.
Cool.
Huh.
It's called Chalicho.
Calicho?
Calicho. Right. There's a CH at the end, but not at the beginning.
Social distancing via the internet.
Hey, there you go, Greg. There you go. We still got this community here on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like really much sweetness at all in most of my drinks. It's like coffee. I like that it's just black and bitter and not sweet. Which is, it's crazy because I love sugar. I'm a huge candy fan. Like, I like sweet things. Just in drinks, I like dry wine. I like triple IPA beer and stouts, and like, just, I guess some stouts are sweet. And then like straight whiskey. I like black coffee. So I don't really like sweetness in drinks.
Yeah. Dan said sweets with bitter drinks.
Cool. I like your style, dude.
Yeah, but like, that is interesting because you love candy.
Yeah.
Every time I've gotten in your car to go somewhere, there's been
wrappers of candy.
Different candy on the passenger seat.
Right. Well, I was at Walmart and Starburst jelly beans were $2.39 for a massive bag. I was like, yes, please.
Have you had any COVID cases in Harrisburg?
No.
Not that we know of, no.
Josh Haynes, good night. Build that bunk bed. It's late to build a bunk bed, bro.
No, they're different time zone, right?
No, he's
Kansas?
in the same time zone.
Same time zone?
Kansas City, Missouri.
We know where you live now, Josh.
We didn't used to know?
Cody didn't.
Oh, I put that in that video.
Recording.
And that guy, the only like death wish I've ever gotten came from that comment that I made. That Did I ever tell you that, Josh? You might have left already.
It's 8. It's 8 o'clock.
All right, so you were
I
right.
win. Tell your wife hello. Sarah's my friend.
Yeah, Sarah's so rad. I'm so happy that she hangs out in the.
Oh, we just hit the
Facebook
1
group.
hour mark in this live.
Bam!
I was wondering why did it change?
I was wondering.
1 a.m.
Got a death wish on my
That's
face.
amazing.
My face. People are so crazy.
This is like what I'm addressing in my
crazy
video
are people? Yeah, that's what Amber's video is about.
like negative comments and haters.
But that's like there's negative and then there's like
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sarah says, "Hey, if you like whiskey straight up, you should see if you can find toasted caramel black velvet. It's sweet though, but not too sweet." Yeah, so I don't really like bourbon because it's too sweet. Like Four Roses, I don't like that. So I'm willing to try anything. I like trying new things.
I mean, the other reality is like I feel like you'll drink most things.
It's true. It's so true.
Kind of like a movie. Like you'll watch most movies. It might not be your favorite movie.
Right.
Like, you'll enjoy it for what it is.
Pam doesn't really get death wishes on stationary videos.
Oh, good, Pam.
Probably for the best, though.
I'm glad.
You know? Yeah, like I subbed to the guy. He said, "Awesome."
That's a good way to respond. I like that.
This is Canadian whiskey. It's made 2 miles from my house.
Wow.
But you can't buy it in Canada. Can you drink it at the distillery? Or that doesn't make sense at all to me. But yeah, I like Canadian
things
and people.
Drinks.
But I was gonna say whiskey. Yeah, I was trying to think of that one that I like from there, but I can't think of it right now. Talisker. Now that's a whiskey. It sounded like a commercial, Colin. In my mind, I read that with a commercial voice.
I really love how we've gone from like COVID to like some video talk,
parenting,
babies. Our memories was thrown in there.
Alcoholic beverages. We're just covering it all.
Just touching on everything.
We're just covering it all to the U.S. and Japan. Have you had Japanese whiskey? Because that's good too.
All Japanese whiskey or just a certain kind? Like it's Japanese, like it's just a general.
It's kind of like Scotch in that it's like whiskey from Japan, you know? I think. You ever had Korean rice wine though? I think I have actually had it and I did like it, but it was sweet. Sunny, it's 1 a.m. there.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts, dude? How are you feeling? Tell me everything about you. If everybody doesn't know Sunny, you should click on his channel and go and check out some of his videos. There's little dots right next to his channel. You should click on those and go watch some of his videos. I am in one of those videos. What is this?
First live in a while.
That's weird.
When did you take that picture?
Look at that.
145 days ago.
Cool.
I got
here too late. It's a bit sweet. I can see it not fitting your tastes. No problem, dude. Better late than never. That's what I say. Editing and your eyes are sore. Yeah, it might be time to just go to bed. Fun fact, I like to edit in the morning, like early in the morning as opposed to late at night. How about everybody else? Yeah, remember I would always wake up
4 a.m.
I would always wake up at 4 a.m. and start working as opposed to like stay up until 2 a.m.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's what he did in college.
What about you? When you edit, you have something to get up. Do you go to bed and then do it in the morning, or do you stay up late and finish it? Edit at 3 a.m.
I would stay up late and finish it. Just like college.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cody would like have an 8-page paper due for like a 9 a.m. class. And it'd be like midnight. He'd go to bed, wake up at 6, whip out an 8-page paper and get an A on it. I'm not bitter.
This is how I roll.
This is how you're wired. Yeah, see, Cody would have a day, if Cody had a day job, he'd still get up. He'd get up at like 3 a.m. instead of staying up late.
Yeah. Yeah, you do feel really creative at that hour too. There we go. The farmer's up anymore. More creative early in the morning.
That's why I'm building a bunk bed now.
Yeah. It was a train wreck, and I didn't have the heart, and I don't have the heart to start over. I'm also a musician, so I normally work nights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sunny. Mm-hmm. Like a boss.
Get used to it. Your dad put Christians.
Yeah. Whiskey Recon is my old business partner. He has an Instagram page that's like all about whiskey. If anybody's interested.
Wrote an English paper 20 minutes before class and
got
90%.
Yeah. Sometimes
that's amazing.
It's that like creative, like free flow of like you just got to get it on the paper and hand it in. Sometimes that just works. Sometimes it tanks, but sometimes it works.
But like also, would you just choose to do that? Like, let's say you wanted to get a video up, but you didn't need to get it up that day.
Now,
like let's say if
daily.
now that you're not daily, like
yeah,
would you wouldn't choose to wake up you would choose to sleep and do it during the day.
Right. Just try to get some sleep.
Right. Mm-hmm. So for you, there's the element of like what I'm saying is there is an element of last minute pressure. It's go time. I'm gonna do it.
The more I can create that, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Cody asks,
yeah,
do you feel like your level of motivation for making videos goes up and down over time, or has it stayed constant? No, I think I think for my entire life, my motivation for making vids has always gone up and down. It's like there's nothing like getting a good idea or just needing to make the video. You know, like that's like very high motivation. And then there's sometimes when you're like, I need to make this video. And you're like low motivation. But I feel like probably even when my motivation is low, many would see it as very high. You know, so it does go up and down, but it's still staying up there above 70%. It never really drops down to like, I just don't even want to, it hasn't yet dropped down to like, I don't even want to do this at all, ever. Which is pretty rad. Yeah, for me, like early morning editing is just like clear mind, especially when I was daily vlogging. I felt like all of that stuff from the day was just still swirling around in my head, and I couldn't even look at the footage because I'm like just sick of it. Go to sleep, kind of reset, defrag, in case you're a Windows user from 1996. Defrag, wake up, bam, just cut it, post it. Felt so great.
But I'll also add to that I think sometimes it's like the perfectionistic, like it's a way that you've battled your perfectionism.
Yep.
I remember when he was daily vlogging, I had this epiphany, and I was like going up the stairs, and I just stopped and I looked at him, like I realized you're not a procrastinator. Like you can't in my mind, you can't, right? You can't call yourself a procrastinator because it's really just you're a perfectionist. So you wait until you have this much time left so you don't continue to work on and like pick out all the things that you could change to make it perfect.
Right.
So it's just
that was the night when I knew how big the project was, and I started working at it at night. Mm-hmm. And then you got up at like 4 a.m. and you came downstairs because I still wasn't in bed and I was still working on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're not a procrastinator, you're a perfectionist. Right. And I was like, I know. Right. Yeah, but that really meant a lot when you said that. That was rad.
It was the realization. It was good and helpful. Yeah.
back from a film shoot at like 12 a.m. Straight start editing. When I have a clear vision in mind, it's good to have it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So something that I did start trying to do, especially with daily, was I would always try to get the footage on the computer and create the library, which on Premiere I know it's a little bit different, but create the library and let the footage like create thumbnails and like kind of do its rendering thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that like I could literally wake up, start a cup of coffee, sit down, open up the library, coffee's brewing, I hear it in the back of my head, and I'm just rolling. Like I'm just dropping clips in the timeline. Because for me, when I would wake up and I hadn't dumped the footage, I would just be like I still have to like wait now to get into it. I just love that, like get up and just dive in.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the craziest times were in Belfast in 2018 when I would be talking on the phone with Amber and I'd be like exhausted. Like I was like blackout exhausted in Belfast in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like I think the whole year had cut up with me, but also the time change.
It was like September. So you'd been 9 months daily vlogging.
Yeah. And we would hang up the phone and in my head I'd be like, okay, I need to set an alarm. And then I'd fall asleep. And I would sleep in. I slept in like 2 times while we were there for that whole week. And I was supposed to be daily vlogging it. So I ended up having to like cut the vlog while we were like on the bus on the way to the next thing. And it was just a crazy situation.
We got videos to remember it by.
Yeah, I love those videos too. Those are really good.
They're good ones.
Yeah. All right, friends, we're going to go. As we like to do, take your keyboard, click on that little smiley face or on your phone, and drop your emojis to just make everybody feel happy about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And us leaving.
I hope you all stay healthy.
Yeah, stay healthy. Stay healthy for the sake of the vulnerable
positive.
people around you.
One thing that I saw.
Reach out on Twitter, hang out.
One thing that I saw that I really loved on Instagram was just like your kids. If you have kids, they're not going to remember necessarily like the effects of this virus, or they're going to remember like how they felt during this time. So it's just a good like be positive.
Yeah.
And make the most out of.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Let's end it on that cliche.
There you go. It was fun. It was fun. That's what
Bidet bros. Bidet bros for life. All right, everybody. See you later. That was fun.
Show it. Show it.
Show up.
The emoji.
Oh. I like that. That was super fun.
Mm-hmm.